welcome back to my channel. Today I have a review for you guys on the new pre-release, exclusively only at Kohl's, Nude Dude palette from the Balm. And it also came with a What's Your Top bodybuilder mascara. First I'm going to start on the palette. This is the packaging. It comes in this really cute sleeve. You guys know the drill. The Balm has the most cutest and adorable, unique packaging I've seen on the market. So this is the palette. It has, instead of the women theme like the Nude Dude palette has, this one is in the theme of the dude. It has a good size mirror, great for travel, and the packaging is pretty sturdy. You get 12 shadows in this palette, ranging from shimmers to mattes. You get 4 mattes and 8 shimmers, and really in this palette you get mattes where it matters. You get a matte highlight, you get 2 matte transitions, and 1 matte dark shade. Talking about the quality of the shadows in this palette is very hit and miss. You get a lot of fallout in these shadows, but I am going to go over them individually with you guys and just kind of point out, let you know what's matte, what's shimmer, and also how I feel about it. Starting at the beginning of the palette, Fearless is a matte cream. Fabulous is a shimmery yellow tone highlight. Flawless is a mid-tone brown. It's also a matte. Faithful is a light rose gold tone shimmer. Firm is a mocha type of color and it's a shimmer. Fit is a darker rose gold, it's a shimmer. Flirty is a mid-tone purple with a gold undertone, it's a shimmer. Feisty is a mauve, it's also a matte. Friendly is the hardest color I've ever had to describe to anybody. When I look at it in the palette, I'm thinking deep dark plum, and when I swatch it, it looks like charcoal. So, and not in a good way, like charcoal you use on the barbecue and you rub it on your arm, and yeah, it's the dry shadow in this palette, and it's awful. It's also a matte. Funny is a burgundy shimmer. Fierce is a olivey shimmer, and Fine is a shimmer mocha. Where my problem lies in this palette is it lacks pigmentation more so than it doesn't. There are about 4 shadows in here that I think are pretty good. There are 3 that I think are just like, and then there are 4 that are just, I don't like at all. They're dry, they're chalky, they're not fun at all to work with, and they don't blend well, they don't swatch well, and they're just not good. They're just not good shadows. Fearless, Fabulous, Flawless, and Feisty are the better of the shades in my opinion. They are pigmented, they do work well, they do blend well as well. Faithful, Fit, Firm, and Flirty are the okay shadows. If you want any kind of pigmentation with those 4 shadows, you've really just got to take your finger and pack them onto the eye. Friendly, Funny, Fierce, and Fine are they're just not, like I said, they're just not good shadows. They're dry, they're chalky, they're no fun to work with, and they're just, I don't know, I just don't like them. They're terrible. They're just terrible, and I hate to talk bad about it like that, but they're just not good. And when I look at this palette, my eyes immediately generate toward the rose gold shadows in this palette. I feel like that is definitely the better part of the palette, is right there around those tones. With that said, I got to looking at it and it just looked very familiar, like I had seen these shades before. And I got in my palettes, and lo and behold, if I didn't run up on something that looked familiar. Now, when I discovered that these palettes were very similar, I started swatching, and when I swatched them, now they are very, very similar. There may be some that are like a tone or like a hue off, but nothing that is like off the chains. They are very similar. Buff and Fearless are very similar. There may be a shade difference there. Snow and Fabulous is very similar. Fabulous, of course, has that yellow tone to it. Light Brown and Flawless are very, very similar, like a tone off, not very far at all. Beige and Faithful, the same thing goes there. They're very similar. Rosé and Fit, they are spot on. They are the exact same color. Firm and Mocha, they are very similar. Nectar and Feisty are very similar. Of course, they're different, but they're similar enough. Plum and Friendly, I feel like Friendly was trying to be Plum in my opinion. Maybe a darker version of it, and it just didn't get there quite, good enough, but that's, I feel like that's what it's trying to do. Funny and Fine are very similar to Cocoa, and Jade and Fierce are very similar. Of course, these two palettes share similar shadows. They are very, very different. In my opinion, the Lorac Pro 2 is a 5-star palette. Now, I know that not everybody shares that same opinion. I know that the Lorac palettes do have quite a bit of fallout, but they are justified by the amount of pigmentation that is in these shadows. They never disappoint. They are always creamy. They blend well. They're very pigmented, and really, they're really great shadows. But with this palette, you are getting shadows that are dry. You're getting not so great pigmentation. You're getting fallout that isn't justified by good color. So my opinion on the Nude Dude palette, guys, is it is just not good. And what in this palette is good, you probably already own if you do own the Lorac Pro 2. Now onto the mascara. This is the What's Your Top Black Body Builder Mascara. This retails for $19 on the Balm.com. At the time that I looked this up on the Balm.com, it was showing it out of stock. Now, I don't know if it was legitly out of stock and this has been in their line for a while, or if it is a new release that is expected to come out and they're just, you know, waiting and they've already posted it. But this is pretty cool, man. This is a really good mascara, and I am super picky about my mascara. It has to hold up all day. I do not want to touch it up, and you know, I don't want my formula too wet or too dry. I need it right there in the middle. And this really is like my dream mascara. So far, that's how I feel about it. I've been wearing it ever since the day I picked up the palette. So we're talking about a week here. So I was really impressed by this mascara. So the pack wasn't a complete total loss. I did forget to mention that this palette comes with a dual-ended shadow and liner brush. And I don't have it in front of me, but I will insert a picture here so that you guys can see it. And my opinion of that is that the liner side might be good, but the shadow side is just, it's not good either. So that is my review on the Nude Dude palette and the What's Your Top mascara. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I really wanted to give this palette a 2 thumbs up, but I just can't because the quality is not there. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.